Hey guys, welcome to
Hi,
Jack's Treasures. I'm Brian,
I'm Tracy.
and we are Jack's Treasures. That's our cat, Jack. That's our namesake. Welcome to our Q&A. We've been doing a series where we answer questions about reselling, and hopefully we are informative. Just to let you know, these are our opinions, and some other people may have something differ. If you do, please make a comment down below, and we'll go ahead and get this out of the way first. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and please
I'll
support.
say it again at the end.
Yeah, and please support Stop Soldier Suicide. That's one of our I guess you would call it a crusade.
Yeah.
Today's actually a very interesting topic because today Tracy and I actually differ a little bit, just a little bit, on our definitions. And today's question is, go ahead.
What is the difference between live selling and static selling?
Yes. Static selling versus live selling, basically. Which
hmm
do you prefer? So I will let Tracy, you want to go ahead first? And
In my humble opinion, a live selling is any selling where you are present during the sale, be it on for us whatnot. Whatnot is our main platform, or
yeah,
doing sales on like the district, YouTube live selling,
hmm
Poshmark Live, eBay Live. There's a lot of places that offer it. Jamble.
yeah,
There are different places that you can go to do live selling.
yeah,
And one of my key points is that live selling does not have to be an auction. For instance, TikTok shops, when they're doing the live TikToks, I consider that a live selling, even though they are just encouraging you to go, click down there and buy these cool leggings that make you look skinny. Or that's the TikToks I get all the time.
yeah. There are other sites. Now, I will say eBay is a difficult one. That's one that you have to be a certain level seller in order to do
Get an
to
invite, I
do
think.
live selling on eBay. Other some other sites that you can do it on too. Would be, yeah, I think you mentioned TikTok and YouTube
Instagram.
and Instagram. You can do live selling on those too. Now, for me, live selling is to me auction selling. Anything that is an auction would be a live selling platform, whether that I'm there or not. So if I set up an auction on, say, for instance, eBay, because that's one of the most common ones that you can set up an auction on, that is a to me a live selling one because you have actual live bidders or big people bidding on an item, as opposed to the opposite of a static listing. So for me, live selling doesn't have to involve being live in front of the camera. And also, by the way, you don't have to be in front of the camera on a lot of these platforms that do
Mm-hmm.
selling. You could be
You can
behind the
show your
camera, you can show
hands
your hands or whatever it may be.
or your feet if you're really talented.
Uh, okay, that
I
just
mean
went. That got really
that
weird for
could
a
be
minute, didn't it?
that
It got
could be
super
our
weird for a
thing.
minute. No,
We
this is
learn
not
to
our
like
thing.
pick things up with our
That
toes
that
and
is not our thing. I don't want Jack Treasures to be known as
the
that
feet
particular
people.
thing. So a static listing, in my opinion, a static listing is anything that's listed as a buy it now. Anything that is listed is, as far as if it is an item that is in a bin or in a store or up on any type of a site, whether it's Amazon, Poshmark, Mercari, Walmart, eBay,
Just keep
marketplace.
naming. Keep naming
Yeah,
them.
just about anywhere that you could sell, which that's a whole video on and of itself that we're going to be doing. But to me, a static listing is anything that sits and waits for somebody to come and look at it and go, oh, I want that item. It's at that price. Whether it's on sale or not, it's at that price. I'm going to go ahead and buy it. That to me is a static a listing as opposed to a live a live listing or a live
And my
auction.
my only difference is that whether it's a buy it now or an auction, if you're live in front of the camera, it's live. So
Yeah, and Maya doesn't include that.
what do
Maya
you
doesn't include
feel?
that.
Okay, I'm on whatnot, and I'm encouraging people to just buy things from the bin, and I'm not auctioning anything. Would you consider that live or static selling?
No, I consider that static selling.
See, we're live. I'm
Because
live.
to me, I think the key to static selling versus live selling is the auction aspect of it, where people are actively bidding on an item. Hopefully, you get more than one bidder,
And for
obviously.
me, the difference is the fact that I'm interacting directly with the
Right.
chat.
So let us know what you think of a static listing versus
Mhm.
um, um, a live auction, live selling in the chat below. So, what are the benefits to static listing and live auction? Okay, what do you think?
Live
No,
selling.
no. What are the or live selling? I like live auction, okay, because I know that wins my battle.
Live selling.
You knew I tried to put that in there. Go ahead.
But anyway, I think the benefits of live selling are the fact that you are right there in front of the people. You can show them any flaws, you can show them any benefits. If they have questions, you can immediately answer them, not wait and back and forth and all that.
Yeah.
I think that's to, and also the fact that you can kind of control your flow of outgoing packages. Like if I really want to try to get rid of a lot of stuff today, I'm going to go live and I'm going to sell massive amounts of stuff.
We got a video game show tonight, and we're selling. I'm sorry, we're recording this in the morning
Monday.
on a Monday, and it is a Monday that I have a huge video game show scheduled for later on today. One of the benefits also to selling online or doing a live auction,
live sale,
live auction, is that you as the person gets to sell yourself a little bit, and at that point that your personality comes out. You are the salesman, if you will, at that point, and a lot of people will buy simply because of your salesmanship,
or they might not buy from you because they think you're an ass.
She is mean. But yeah, one of the things about it is you can move a lot of product very, very fast. Because you know exactly when that thing sells, bam, it's sold. It's going to be getting a shipping label, and you're shipping it out. No matter what platform that you're on, immediately that item sold. That is my drink. Your drink is in the kitchen. She's taking my drink now. But yeah, that's definitely one of the benefits of selling on a live thing. Now, selling static is you getting more eyes on your product because you're not just holding it up for whoever amount of people that are in your room or in your show or whatever it may be. You're letting that sit so more eyes can be on that item. Static listings, that's one of the big benefits to static listing. A second benefit to it is you generally are going to make a little bit more money, okay, because of the fact that you get more eyes on that item, and you'll be able to get that asking price that you set when you comp the item out and you look through the sales through rate, and you say, wow, this is exactly where I should be. This is how much I have into it. This is what I want to get out of it. This is where my profit margin is. Okay. And we're going to do shows on all
another benefit of static listing is kind of the ability to set it and forget it. Yeah. Like during the month of October, I listed a crap ton of stuff on Amazon, and I just shoved in a bunch of stuff to Amazon FBA, like box after box after box. Probably did 25 boxes I sent in to Amazon in October. But say from like mid-November on, I haven't sent in any. But I'm still getting the residual payouts from all those items that are selling because they went in, they sat, and people are still buying them today.
Yeah. And it's a little bit of the same with eBay. Problem is you just have to have the space to store it, or someplace that you're going to keep it where it's out of the way, your inventory rooms. And have a good inventory system in place for that. Again, another show. But that's a great benefit to the static listings. Now, the drawbacks to them, okay, they each have a drawback to them too. Drawback to live auctions,
live selling,
is that if you don't have two active bidders in the room, you're going to get your asking price for that item. And sometimes your asking price for that item is lower than the item
is truly worth.
Is really worth, and also lower than what you can get it at a static listing because you just want the item to move. It's something like a video game. Okay, video games, I could stick them up on eBay or any of the other platforms, and maybe I'll get $5 for it. And
if you comp correctly, you pretty much know what the item's worth, and you're going to get its worth.
Right. For the live auction, I'm going to run it for $1, $2, and just see if I can get a little bit more for or in that thing. But I just want to move it. So
occasionally the opposite happens, and the frenzy of the bidding, the item will go more than you could get it for in eBay. That's less common though than them selling under the price.
So that is one of the drawbacks to that, is you don't have the people in the room, you don't have active bidders in the room, or online, or the show, or whatever platform that you're using. Okay, because you have to build. That is another drawback to it. You have to build your audience up.
You're going to succeed more if you're established on a live selling. Whereas like eBay or something, you know, once you have 10 feedback or whatever, you're fine. People aren't going to worry that you're, you know,
positive feedback.
Yeah.
Positive feedback. That is important.
It's a little bit.
If you have 10 feedback and one of them's negative.
Yeah. It's a little bit easier, I guess, to get your feet wet in the beginning stages doing the static sales.
So what are the drawbacks to static listings?
Number one is being stuck with inventory for a long time. Like we've cleaned out a lot. I will say our inventory is down, but there are still items sitting in my eBay store that we got in storage units like 4 years ago.
They call that dead stock.
Yeah. It's just not moving. And at this point we need to do something else with it, but it takes us time to get through it all.
The biggest drawback is that your space. Do you have the space to have that sitting on a shelf? Now, here's the other thing. If I have it sitting on a shelf and it's been on a shelf for say 2 years, okay, could I have put something else on that shelf in that space? Because I only have, everybody has a limited amount of space. Unless you have like warehouse, you know.
Grams vintage.
I was not going to say it. You see who said it, okay? Don't take it out on me. So I've already got enough about me. All right, so on that right there, you have what was I going? Oh, you have a limited amount of space.
Right.
So if you don't have the space for something and you come up on a, like say a storage unit, like happened to us today. Okay, there was a great storage unit opportunity in Alabama. It was $40. It was a 10 by 5. And we could have gotten it very easily. The price on it was like $40 and it was full. Problem is I don't have the space for it.
Yeah.
So we lost an opportunity to get something because I didn't have the space for it, because I have the space, all this other stuff that's not selling, the dead stock that needs to go. Also, static listing, the problem with it is you lose items. I still have lost an item that I sold 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I sold this item and I thought it might have fallen behind the shelf or put it in a different tub. Heck no, that thing is not in this house anywhere. And for the life of me, I cannot figure where it went.
Cat ate it.
So those are the two.
Another drawback is that you have a little less control over your income. Because I mentioned sending all that stuff into Amazon, and yes, it's selling, but I don't know what's going to sell every day. Whereas a live sale, I can go live and say, you know what, I'm not going to quit until I sell $100 if I needed the money for some example.
That's a great point right there. You can control your. Another one too is when you sell static, you list the item, what you comp it out at that time.
It changes.
Now 5 months later, the market goes down on that item and you're like one of the highest people on there and trying to figure out, well, why hasn't this thing sold? And so you tend to not look at your inventory. So there's a lot more work. And the opposite
also, you list a Christmas stocking in April, and then by the time it sells in November, everybody else is getting, $30 that stocking, and you listed in April for $12.
Yeah, that could happen too. So there's a lot more work to static listing than there is to live selling. Live selling is a lot on the easier side, but there's a lot less stress to live selling once you become established.
Yeah.
Okay. Once you become established and and you're comfortable either in front of or behind the camera.
That's another thing. Live selling is not for everybody. Some people, if I was not married to him, I would not be doing live selling. I don't particularly I enjoy my customers and talking to my friends during the show, but I couldn't go live 7, 8, 9 times a week like we do because he likes it. For me, it's like I've got to get in my mental space and get ready for it and everything. So
it is such an overused term. I do like selling live when we have a good active room and we're doing that. So there's the two things, the difference between live selling and static selling, which this is like our longest video on two very simple things.
How you feel, what you think constitutes live selling versus static
live
selling.
Auction, or as opposed to the other one. Okay,
that's
so please make
biggest
sure.
Difference is I don't think live selling has to be an auction.
Tracy's going to put in a link down below to stop soldier suicide. Anything that you can do to help would be appreciated. Please help us, and our goal is to lower that number by one per day
Yep.
through the year. That is our goal. Our ultimate goal is to get the number to 0, but I'm being realistic.
And
Okay.
like, share, subscribe, and pet a cat.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.